Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Life of Pylia, where we talk about all things Second Life that relates to Pylia, which is the character that I play, obviously. I wanted to talk briefly about the very first video that I did was about BeYou and the BeYou system, and I was going to do tutorials for BeYou. And I want you to know I started that with like super good intentions, right? And then what happened was I was playing BeYou more and more. I don't know if you may be familiar with BeYou or not, I'm not sure. But the more I got into it, the more it just seemed like something that was going to be me spending more money than I wanted to spend. I already spend lindens on my rent and on clothes and stuff like that. And the idea of me spending money on furniture that was going to do exactly what I needed. I mean, I say exactly what I needed it to do, but it's not cheap. BeYou is not a cheap man's or Sims, not Sims, sorry, a cheap, I don't know what we're called. Are we lindens? It's not a cheap Second Life program. It's really great. It has lots of functionality, but it just isn't something that I was willing to spend my lindens on, where I'd rather buy cute clothes, to be honest with you. So I kind of stopped doing BeYou. I will tell you, we'll go over to the BeYou sim and I'll kind of walk around there with you a little bit. I did have a lot of fun with the stuff that I did learn. I did a little bit of gardening and gathering water. I found some really cute places, and we'll go to one of those where you can kind of get all your stats up without having to worry about without having to spend any money. But it's like one place like that that I found, and I was having to go there every day and spend 30 minutes there or whatever, and I just really, it wasn't working for me with what I wanted to do with my Second Life. So I think it's a great program. I think it has lots of functionality, and I appreciate what they do. I just wish that there was a more economical way to get involved in it. I know that you can sell some of the stuff that you grow or manufacture or whatever, and that's great, but I had a really hard time getting involved in that. And my only complaint about their customer service is that it seems to be only around during like the daytime hours. So if you're in North America and you have a job, I was having to log in before I'd go to work so I could ask a question about something so that I could get in touch with somebody. I know on Saturdays they have someone there, but like that's not really, at least I don't feel like that is feasible when like most people play on the weekend. So I'm going to go and I'm going to just wait around while they have like one CSR, even though she was always there and she was really nice and there was never like really a whole bunch of people there. It just wasn't for me. So instead I am playing Zeolife, and I'll talk about that in a different video, or there's tons of videos already out there about Zeolife. So we'll just head over to the BeYou store, and I will show you like where you can get the HUD and stuff. So that way, if it is something you're interested in, you can kind of know where things are. But like I said, it's not something that I'm going to be doing very often, at least that I can see right now in the future. So let's go ahead and head on over there and see what we can find. Also, I'm going to put the slurl in the description, so that way you do have that option available to you. So actually, this is the spot that I bookmarked and or landmarked, and so this is what I'm going to put in there. The actual BeYou landmark drops you off like it's like something way over here in the sky, and then you have to like jump down or you like land in a soccer field or something like that. Anyway, so this right here, you come over here to this pavilion, and this is where you can get the HUD, and it will, and then you attach the HUD. There's also a meter. Oh, let me start over. Once you attach the HUD, it's going to prompt you to set up an account on their website. Go ahead and do all of that, because the BeYou system is set up on their own servers. So if you want to keep track of your stuff, you'll need to go to their servers in order to access it. And which is kind of, if you don't do that, it doesn't make any sense. So you get the HUD right here. It's free, and you attach that to yourself. Also, once you're there, you're going to need to get the meter, and you can attach that to yourself as well. But the meter just appears like above you right here and tells like everyone what your stats are. I don't use it because I kind of feel like if we're going to be role playing, then like you don't generally meet somebody and know how healthy they are or when the last time they ate was, like, unless you're meeting them at a restaurant, but probably not doing that. Over here, this right here is where the CSRs are. Let me scoot over there. So in the morning they'll like have food and stuff out here, or breakfast. So if you want to sit down and get your food up, you can do that. If you need to socialize, which is one of the things that you need to do for BeYou, then you can actually just sit down on this couch next to the bot, and it will increase your social status. You can also, when you have the HUD on in the meter, you can interact with other people to increase your social. These over here, these boards, are for people who have professions and who are advertising their services, so you can role play that with them. The lawyers do like birth certificates, and I think marriages or divorces, and adoptions. The medical ones, so BeYou has the doctors and then the pharmacists. So this is for the pharmaceutical ones. So these are people who will have made medicines for you if you're ill. Over here is going to be residential communities. And this is where I found the place that had the free food. And let me find it on here right quick. I feel like it said oh, it's this place right here, Paradise Blessing. They have free food and stuff like that. I haven't been to the other ones because I was kind of like looking for just one place I could go. But you might be able to find other places. Some of them I've noticed are like locked communities, so they have like the band lines and stuff, and you can't really get through there. But it's a good place to start if you're like looking for people to play with. Let's check out the other side of this right quick. That's right. I couldn't remember if there was something on the other side or not. Okay. Behind us is the BeYou store. And so let's go in there right quick. It's a big store, and it's laid out in this walk is so funny to me. Hey, right back at you. There's not even anyone here. So it's kind of laid out, and they have signs for departments, like if you were at some sort of department store, like IKEA or whatever, they have the things labeled where they are. And all of these are ready to work with the BeYou system. But like I said, they just weren't for me. There's things about Zeolife that I really like a lot more. So, I mean, they're cute. I think it's a really great, they look really nice. Wait for it to load. It's kind of a weird pattern on that. Anyway, I don't think those patterns go together. Anyway, So they just have those options there. And then if you wanted to check out where you can, oh, look at me flashing, folks. It's not over here. I think it's way down this hallway here. Let's just zoom over there. Yeah, you can get in the group and all of that. And then if you come over here, you can get information about all of the different professions. And this is where you can buy some of the starting stuff for some, well, for some of the professions. And then if you wanted to, so like you have for a law, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the law because I was like, that's going to be the most cut and dry type thing. I'm not going to really have to worry about being too nice to people. I'll be friendly and cordial, but you know, I'm a lawyer, so if I'm a little jerky, it's going to be fine. And so you can do the divorce, name changes, and adoptions. And but each of these I think are like 800 lindens, and then you don't even get a choose your profession until you're like level 5, which I guess kind of makes sense. That way you don't just jump into something and it's not ready for you. But once you get the book, you still have to do this thing, the study hall training desk, to like utilize your book. So that kind of annoyed me. And actually, when I first saw that, if I hadn't already bought the book, then I would have been really even more annoyed. So after I bought the book, I was like, oh, I'm going to wait until I have like made enough money gardening my little things to buy this. But I ended up doing, I don't want to have a lot of growing on my land, first of all. So what I ended up doing was the herbs, but like and they're expensive, but there's not a lot of demand for them, I didn't see. So I didn't know what to do with them, and they just kind of sat around in my thing until I was like, you know what, I'm over this. So that is my BeYou story. But I did want to be sure that I tell you all my thoughts on it and where it is at. Like I said, their customer service for the most part is super helpful. They have a great Discord group. It just wasn't for me, but if you enjoy role-playing and you have the time and the means, this might be something that you would enjoy. Okay, so that was just a quick little exploration of where you can get the BeYou HUD. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging after I did that very first video where I said I was going to talk about it, but I did want to provide you with some information and my thoughts on the system. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, so that you can stay up to date with all of my new videos. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.